It's just a city. A normal, boring city.
You consider this to be normal? Each and every single building here is as large as a keep.
Hey, JJ, you're not really telling me all those buildings and everything are Scorpium? Even the benches?
An astute observation. They most certainly are.
Seriously? Come on!
Forgive me. I did not think you would take it seriously. I do not mean to laugh at you.
But you're still laughing.
I just don't understand it.
Many from my home bore expressions similar to your own.
What?
They doubted whether the laughter, sadness, and anger shown by those integrated with Scorpium were actual emotions.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was not my intent.
Fear is an instinctual reaction to the unknown in all living things.
No, I don't understand this city. The Scorpium we saw in the Manuk system. You.
I guess we can just sort of take it all in as we make our way to the learning facility. Wherever that is.
Would you like to try using the learning facility?
Are you certain it's not dangerous?
It is safer than a fight simulator. You have my word.
Let us try it. There is still far too much we do not know about Scorpium.
That is true. And it'll get us further than asking Duma questions and getting the cold shoulder anyway.
The use of the learning facility requires an introduction by an integrated guide. So I shall accompany you.
Understood. Okay, thank you.
The words learning facility conjured images akin to a library in my head, but this is...
I will admit that reading texts remains an effective method of learning, but this facility is slightly different.
Not pass through here.
Welcome to Parapeum. In this city, you can learn many things that will help you to understand the concept of Scorpium integration.
What do I do?
Here, all integration candidates and organic life forms uncertain of integration can learn all there is to know of the Scorpium. Do not hesitate to ask questions.
Okay then, what exactly is Scorpium?
Scorpium are a collective of cybernetic life forms which are not carbon or silicone-based. This is in spite of our original anatomies, which differ considerably from our current post-integrated forms.
Can you really call yourselves life forms?
Based on Scorpium's observation of life forms with differing perspectives that have collectively formed societies, life is defined by a group of similar organisms who share the same physical composition. Therefore, yes, we do consider ourselves to be life forms.
Very I think, therefore I am energy. So why did the Scorpium need to keep integrating with others?
As a means of evolution.
Evolution? Why?
That is a difficult question to answer succinctly. Evolution occurs naturally and is essential for the preservation of a particular species. For Scorpium, integration is a process that allows us to prosper across the universe. Integration serves to benefit both the individual and the whole, and as a method of preserving our species.
To prosper, huh? I'm not sure what else there is to ask.
It would seem the information has been updated.
Huh?
That red unit has apparently been collecting information on the Centralists. I still have much to learn about them myself, so this presents an ideal opportunity. Try asking a question. The Red Duma has been continually gathering important data on the Centralists. If we inquire, it may have new information for us.
So what's the deal with these Centralists, Scorpium?
They are an offshoot network newly generated along the Scorpium evolutionary line. At present, there are 17.74 million individuals recognized as belonging to the Centralists. This network shares a programmed cognition that endorses deviating from the traditional means of Scorpium evolution. Our analysis is still underway, but for those who seek to integrate with the aforementioned group, we warn the network has reached a consensus that affiliation with the Centralists is not recommended. We continue to gather information on the matter.
Now that I've learned a bit about the Centralists, I should talk to JJ and get out of here. I think so. Yeah, my head is spinning.
Well, my lack of knowledge of many of the basic concepts meant I only grasped half of what I heard.
Am I correct in assuming that the Centralists are a faction that has emerged within the network and brought about infighting amongst the Scorpium?
A state of internal strife should never be possible in the first place.
You're really hung up on that, aren't you? If the Scorpium are living beings, then it's totally possible that they'd fight amongst each other.
The origins of Scorpium as a life form lay in seeking out and sharing the potential for all manner of evolution. If factions or contradictory ideas were to arise, the conflict itself would be shared to nourish further evolution. That is Scorpium. This evolutionary prospect would then have been pruned as an issue with the fundamental algorithm.
Yet this evolution has come to pass, so is it truly impossible, little Duma?
It should be.
Honestly, I feel the same as Duma. That is why the actions of these Centralists are all the more puzzling. I am certain those at the integration plant feel the same.
What could Boldore and the others be hoping to achieve in becoming Centralist Scorpium?
What was that?
From outside!
Impossible! The Centralist attack?
What?
It's been shared on the network. Centralist Scorpium are forcing their way into Parapium from the dock. Ugh. It appears Parapium itself is under attack from outside. That's
the Astoria!
It frickin' followed us here?
No, it is going in that direction.
That is the way to the integration plant. Could they be planning to destroy it?
Ray, did you see the Astoria?
Just now, yeah. Looks like it's headed for the integration plant.
We need to regroup.
Albert and the others have moved to fight against the invading Centralists. To protect the citizens of Parapium.
Roger that. We're gonna meet up with Elena and the others first. Let's go.
Yourselves for battle. What's happening? Is the Federation using Scorpium to carry out an invasion?
That wouldn't surprise me. Guess they don't care about rolling out the Zuma if they're invading their own kind and not another planet. Either way, there's no doubt the Astoria has been closely tied with the Centralists for a long time now.
But how is that?
There is much we do not know yet as well. The network is conducting a multitude of complex analyses right now, so traffic is congested. Let us prioritize reconvening with your friends.
You are unharmed.
Oh, finally. Got tired of dawdling?
So many are injured. We have to treat them fast or it'll be too late.
Wait a second. That Scorpium is...
Mariel. They know what they are doing is wrong, yet they have chosen to blindly follow orders all the same. They have long since passed the point of reason. If we are to right their misdeeds, we must fight.
I understand.
I will be your opponent.
Good. Warning.
Stay where you are.
Better all the time.
Threat neutralized.
Area secure.
It would seem our defense of this district was successful.
Yes, but the fighting at the plant is still raging. Many there have yet to undergo integration and are still wholly organic.
We have to go help the inhabitants of Parapium. I cannot let the Astoria's crimes go unchecked any longer.
Even if it means facing your former comrades and superiors, Mariel.
Albert, thank you. You have opened my eyes. I am now prepared to fight. Any doubts are gone now. After seeing all this, it's clear that Captain Bennett is in the wrong.
Precisely.
The Aegis needs to be avenged as well. Mariel, is it cool if I introduce Astoria's captain to my fist?
Of course. JJ, may I ask you to guide us there?
Gladly. It pains me that you have all been drawn into this unfortunate conflict. The plant is vast, so I expect our opponents will be many. Make sure to prepare accordingly.
We apologize for stating there was no danger in Parapium. It was our error in not accepting the concept of the Centralists and failing to synchronize with the network.
You know, I think that's the first time I've ever heard you apologize to us.
Offering conclusions regarding undefined phenomenon without first gathering sufficient information and data is unbecoming of Scorpium.
Do not trouble yourself. Many people, living beings, do similar things. Although infrequent, even my predictions prove wrong.
Hey, bud, just a heads up. Elena's throwing you a bone here. And in times like these, you say thank you instead of ignoring them. You're hopeless.
That construction there is the integration plant. Not even I could tell you what awaits inside. Prepare yourselves for anything.
Enemies up ahead!
Insufficient output. Positional tactics ineffective. Warning. Energy levels low.
Taking you down!
Destroy.
That's what I call a 10 out of 10.
Are you here for integration?
This is the first time that kind of Scorpium has spoken to us.
Perhaps it is best we play along for now.
Yes, that's right. We came here to integrate. The plant seems to be in a bit of an uproar, though. Did something happen?
The Parapium plant is now under Centralist control. If you wish to integrate, it is absolutely essential that you swear allegiance to our cause.
I see. So, our word will be trusted by you even before we attempt to integrate?
Do not overthink your decision. Do you pledge allegiance to the Centralists or not? Answer.
Impossible. There is only one requirement for organic life forms to integrate with Scorpium. The desire to do so.
You're a Duma!
You speak our language, but you lack any ability to think on your feet.
Death to those who defy the Centralists!
Don't get cocky. Acceleration!
I suspect that by now, they will have shared that we are intruders.
Then let us hurry. I am detecting multiple life signs inside. We should limit the number of those that may integrate with Centralist Scorpium.
Alright, so I guess we just gotta bust the skulls of whoever's messing with stuff here as we go?
That should do it. But I expect there to be a number of security authentication points along the way. I suggest we leave those to Duma.
You mind covering for me?
We will need maximum security clearance to get through here. We will have to return later.
Damn. Right when we're almost guaranteed to find something too.
No choice but to work our way up the security chain. Let's leave this be for now.
See that?
Fire!
Will this leave us with access to yet more areas?
It should. Let's make our way to the second floor of the lobby.
There's a right swarm of them in here. Is there no end to their numbers?
The more they group up, the more we can take out at once. Let's make this quick.
Blast it!
Neutralized.
Taking you down!
Tracking sequence complete. Complete biometric authentication. Where should we look for them?
The second floor of the computer vault. Towards the data tower.
That's where we just were, right? Let's double back and make our way there.
Nice!
Tracking sequence complete. Complete biometric authentication scan.
That should let us into areas we were locked out of before. Time to take out more Centralists.
What is this?
The integration processing plant. Those you see here are in the very midst of integrating with Scorpium.
Please don't tell me they will all be Centralists.
If the principles of Scorpium are existent, the choice to be a Centralist or not will be left up to each individual. Therefore, it is impossible to determine whether those in the midst of integration will be friend or foe.
Yeah, great. Look at the scale of this operation. So, is this particular integration plant special or something? Or are all of them this big?
Out of all the many plants, this one boasts the largest Cybermind integration capabilities.
Cybermind integration?
Cyberint gives me the creeps.
Though standard integration, like my own, requires the consent of the organic life form, it will still be joining in a subordinate role to the core cybernetic life form. This is the main reason why integration with Scorpium is often perceived as invasion. The wills of both the organic life form and Scorpium persist in a state of coexistence. the cybernetic and organic life forms merge anatomically and become dependent upon the body for self-subjectivity. The integrated being can then connect the electrical signals of its own brain directly to the network.
This is in contrast to cybermind integration, in which the organic life form is the core, and subjectivity is not dependent on the body.
Subjectivity is not dependent on the body? So it would be similar to me diving into cyberspace and inserting my own identity program into a computer I had hacked.
Similar, but not the same. In the situation you describe, the subjective data you produce is being linked to a limited body located in the physical world. The subjectivity of an individual post-Cybermind integration exists within Scorpium Network. It connects and merges with the entire network while maintaining its subjectivity and sense of self. The only situation where an individual requires a physical body is when it wishes to interact with the material world. By its very nature, Cybermind integration incites new evolution within the network.
But would that not require the brain functions of the organic life form to be converted in their entirety?
There is no cause for concern. Even standard integration like that of JJ can be said to apply a certain level of cybermind integration in the way it allows connection to the network. Conducting cybermind integration generally requires that the individual have already undergone standard integration. As such, the progression to a complete and full state of digitalization is not an overly taxing procedure for the individual.
I can't follow any of this at all. What is this digitalization, really?
How can I explain this? It's sort of like turning the inside of your mind into a machine and replicating your soul there, I guess. I'm not sure how it works either.
But why go so far?
From our perspective, that person would no longer be human.
But the soul remains the same. And by retaining that sense of self within Scorpium Network, only then can one say they have achieved cybermind integration.
What would Captain Bennett want with a place that's capable of all this?
Well, looks like we'll just have to go ask the Astoria crew directly, won't we?
Yes. Captain Bennett!
There you are, Marielle. I knew you'd come.
Hostile fused Scorpium unit has been detected.
What?
That man has completed integration. Stay on guard.
No. What? But when? When did you integrate with Scorpium?
A life-changing 15 years back.
That long ago?
Yes, though time has flown by. What happened here on Parapium today will forever change the fate of the Scorpium and the Pan-Galactic Federation.
What are you talking about? The only thing that you've accomplished is hurting so many people!
I doubt it's anything a little girl from an undeveloped planet would understand. But I'll fill you in. Today, our Sovereign has obtained a tremendous power. One that will alter the course of history for all of Scorpium. I am beyond proud to have been party to its acquisition.
You speak of the fate of the Federation. Don't tell me you're seriously planning to strike at the Federation alongside the Centralists. Just like you did with Captain Curtis and the Bella Gulf!
You fail to understand a thing. Curtis is the one who turned his back on the Federation. Now, most of the Pan-Galactic Federation forces serve under our Sovereign. You might even say the Federation is the Centralist Scorpion. We will wield the military might of our Sovereign and the Scorpion to expand our reach from here on. Such is the path to glory for the Federation, for all life in the galaxy.
If you spew any more crap into my ears, I'm gonna need a plunger. What? I normally don't give a shit about the Federation. But I'll be damned if you think I'm gonna let you guys run amok and trample over other people's lives. As a Vergaldian, no way I'm gonna let any of that happen.
How dare a move some backwater planet mock the will of our Sovereign? Prostrate yourselves before the power His Excellency has bestowed upon me!
Spoken like a real infomercial scuzzball. Consider this.
Poor Mario! If only you had undergone integration, you could have joined the Astoria crew under our Sovereign.
You've lost your mind! I would rather die than end up like you!
That? Are you not Scorpion, you brute? Why do you deny the will of the Sovereign?
Scorpions are individuals with an equal connection to the network, not servants. Yours is incompatible with power.
Then your kind shall perish once our Sovereign controls the network in its entirety! No! How can I be?
Not so hot without the Astoria, huh? Seems like you've mistaken the power of the ship for your own. Your cognitive function stuck on the... Loading screen bolts for brains. You're going down, buddy. Not in history. Come!
This can't be happening! Impossible! I'm sorry, my Sovereign.
Who is this Sovereign? Is it a high-ranking Federation officer?
Why not integrate with the Scorpion and find out? The network will tell you all you wish to know about our Sovereign. And more.
No! Tell me now!
Though I may die, my memories, myself, will live on in our Sovereign.
Anything?
This unit's information was lost.
No! Isn't there anything we can do?
The central information system of this facility may be able to conduct a search. The probability is high. Though a centralist, he was still Scorpion. Authentication successful. We shall now search for and acquire the necessary data. This will require some time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You? As this system is incompatible with Vergaldian android specifications, we recommend instead that you assist using the touch interface.
Understood.
Information acquired. We have established that the unit bearing the concept of Sovereign is a top-ranking officer at Pan-Galactic Federation Fleet Headquarters. The previously unthinkable concept of a Scorpium leader first emerged 15 years ago. This aligns with the time Bennett was integrated.
A high-ranking officer? Who the hell could it be?
This is Ray. Ant, what's going on?
Shit's hit the fan, Ray. You need to get back to the Aldous now. We're going back home.
The hell are you saying? We don't have time for that, right?
A large fleet of Federation ships are on their way to Vergold as we speak.
Huh?
Vergoldian Interstellar has already deployed forces throughout the system to intercept them. Emergency evacuation orders have been issued to all ships in the area. This is a full-blown invasion. And Ray, the commander of the invading fleet, is Remington Kurtzman, the most bloodthirsty bastard in the Federation.
What? How can they? Those sons... They didn't even make a declaration!
Antonio, this is Elena. Did you just say Kurtzman?
I did. Why?
He is the one.
Huh?
When referenced against this data, it is irrefutable. Captain Bennett left for his post on Veer 15 years ago. His direct superior at that time was Remington Kurtzman, who is now commander of Fleet Headquarters.
Incredible.
Wait, there's no frickin' way.
With this much evidence, I'd say it's certain. I can't believe it. I want to say it isn't true, but... Commander Remington is the Sovereign.
Oh man, hold on. They better not think we're somehow connected to the people behind the attack.
Do not concern yourself. I have already taken the liberty of sharing what happened inside the plant.
JJ.
Yes. Understood. We will go there at once.
Thank you, everyone. Please excuse us.
Were you speaking to them just now?
They were in a rush to investigate the plant, so we exchanged information via the network. They requested that I share what I saw, as someone actually present at the scene. Captain Raymond, you and your group are going to Vergold now, correct?
Yeah.
Oh. I take it you have affairs of your own, which you must attend to?
I sincerely apologize that I am unable to do anything to repay you all for protecting my comrades.
It was our pleasure. Think nothing of it. We were able to learn a great many things, thanks to you.
Without you, we would have been fighting the Scorpion with little to no understanding of what it even was. And thanks to you, we were able to uncover Captain Bennett's, the Federation's, crimes. I am truly grateful.
This experience of reaching a mutual understanding with non-integrated beings will prove useful to Scorpium's evolution. I wish luck on the Aldous crew. If you should ever visit Parapium again, the Scorpium Network will welcome you with open arms. Farewell.
I wish you good health.
Is something wrong?
This Remington attacking Vergold. He's linked to the Scorpium, right? It's got me thinking how there's still way too little we know about Scorpium ourselves.
Ray?
That is true. It would definitely be beneficial if JJ was able to come with us. Perhaps he may even be able to communicate with the hostile Scorpium.
Hey, Ant, just sit tight for a while. I'm gonna try and negotiate for an additional crewmate to come aboard.
Hurry it up, guys. We don't have a lot of time here.
He seems busy.
Yeah, he sure does. Maybe now isn't the best time?
Ah, Captain Raymond. I see you are still on Parapium. How may I be of service to you?
Hey, JJ. I was hoping you might consider joining our crew. There's way too much we still don't know about the Scorpium. I'd feel a lot better if we had one of them on our side.
I understand your position, but...
Ray, we're not here to force anyone. Let's leave him be, shall we?
Yeah. Sorry.
I wish I could be of service to you, but I cannot bring myself to abandon my comrades affected by recent events.
Don't sweat it. Didn't mean to hassle you. Okay, so what's next? All we know about the Scorpium is what little we got out of the learning facility and the stories Lola told us.
I wish Duma would give up more intel, but then again, it might be too biased.
Lola? Just now, did you say Lola?
Yeah, one of the Virians back on Aster. She filled us in on what she knew about the Scorpium.
Varian. Yes. The others aboard that Scorpium battleship were Varian too, I suppose.
What's up? You familiar with the Virians?
I once was, yes. It was quite some time ago, though.
Does Virian involvement mean you'll reconsider coming with? Not only the Centralists we're after, but 2 soldiers from Vir, too. Gaston and Valanche. Well?
I'm afraid I must show restraint. I cannot abandon Parapium when it is in such a state. I am sorry.
Well, I think our path forward is now revealed to us, is it not? We must simply see Parapium restored prior to our departure.
Huh?
Now there's an idea. Transportation's my forte. Tell me what you need, and I'll see that it gets here.
I couldn't possibly. Are you quite sure?
Hell yeah, I am. I mean, it won't be entirely out of the goodness of my heart. I'm gonna need your help afterward.
You never cease to amaze me. So be it then. My services, modest they may be, are yours once we see this place restored to what it once was. Here is what we need. I fear it is much to ask, but once we have all this, we can begin.
Raymond to bridge. We're departing Parapium in just a few. Head back to our original sector through the Scorpium wormhole. Once we're out, take us to Vergold at maximum warp.
Understood.
Come on, we gotta get to the bridge.
Captain, Marielle, the Vela Gulf is hailing us.
What? How?
They survived? Put them through.
Captain Curtis!
Nice job getting out of there in one piece.
It'll take more than that to sink us. Besides, I was the one worried about you, since the Astoria altered course to pursue you.
Actually, Captain Bennett and his entire crew was integrated to Scorpium, and they invaded a Scorpium colony. He was firing upon non-combatants, so we had no choice but to engage him, and...
I see.
But Captain, can it be true that a fleet under Commander Remington is currently attacking Vergold?
It is. They're using the pretense that Vergold has been antagonistic, interfering in Pan-Galactic Federation interests.
What a bunch of...
The Federation are clearly in the wrong here. But we're stuck playing catch-up, since no one knows why the Commander has gone berserk.
Captain, Commander Remington is connected with the Centralist Scorpium, the same force that attacked the Manuk system.
What?
It is likely that the Commander himself has been integrated, and we have evidence that shows he may even be the Centralist leader. The truth is...
This whole crisis started with the Federation, when Bennett and other Earthling officers were integrated. Still, I can't believe this has been going on for 15 years.
They don't even hold back against their fellow Scorpium. And what's worse, their abilities are vastly superior to those of us that are flesh and blood. My guess is they're gonna use this power to expand the Federation's influence.
Why would they attack for gold?
Well, that's the thing. It's not as if there's been any fierce outward antagonism with Vergold up to now. All this will do is serve to upset the other unallied planets.
Hey, Duma. I remember before you were saying you came aboard the Aegis to assess Vergold's suitability for integration. And these Centralists, they're also connected to the network, right?
Correct.
Does this mean they're invading with the intention to integrate the people of Vergold as Centralist Scorpium?
I think we can assume that.
You're going?
Hey, my home is in danger.
I will do my part and gather allies to put a stop to the Commander's madness.
You know, we have no way to tell if any Federation ships that come our way are part of Remington's faction. So for safety's sake, give me a heads up if you decide to bring any friends along.
Will do. I'll send you all we know about Remington's movements at present. I'll make my way to Vergold as quickly as possible, too. I wish you and the Aldous a safe journey. Over.
Add Curtis's data and open a wide-range schematic display.
So, each of those dots is a gigantic ship akin to the Astoria? Oh, I now see why Lambert would be so unnerved by the mere sight of the Tyrannus.
The enemy's advance forces will reach Vergold in 48 hours. It would be reasonable to estimate combat will begin in 72 hours.
How about us in the Vela Gulf?
Even rushing to Vergold, at Warp 11 as we are, we will not arrive for 96 hours. The Vela Gulf is in much the same situation, approximately 98 hours away.
Damn. Well, guess that means we can't really depend on them then. Sorry, everybody. Hope you don't mind helping me clean up this mess back home.
Technology that increases the speed of a ship on a rim with no regard for wind or waves is quite awe-inspiring.
This is the bridge. No anomalies to report in nearby sectors.
Isn't Duma usually with
Understood. We will remain on
Guess
alert.
maybe it's
We've
over
got a lot
with
of fresh
Aticia now.
faces around here. I better set a good example.
Never thought the Federation would actually take a swipe at Vergold. Damn it. I knew I should have gotten a better engine when I had the chance.
I don't care how much Vergold's stance opposes that of the Federation. Attacking them without proper warning is unjustifiable.
I will contact you when we reach the Vergold system, so please, take this opportunity to get some rest and food.
My mother and father are in Vergold. Please let us make it in time.
Oh boy, we're headed into the breach once again, huh? My hands may be a little shaky, but I'll be fine.
Are we traveling swiftly or not? I find the inability to perceive inertia aboard this vessel perplexing.
I'm so glad everyone on the Vela Gulf is safe. Surviving that dire situation is quite a feat.
The duty of Duma is to seek out candidates for Scorpium and recommend integration if they are found suitable. Our actions were in service of this mission. However, recent events have given us reasonable cause to question the validity of Scorpium principles.
What's this all of a sudden?
You struggle to understand the Centralists.
Our fundamental principles also. Although integration greatly expands our diversity and potential for evolution as a life form, the Centralists have clearly been influenced by the ambition of the Pan-Galactic Federation, and they have now chosen a path that involves attacking fellow Scorpion. We believe that Scorpium has proceeded in an overly uniform manner in our continuous quest for evolution.
But would this not be the same even if you had not made contact with the Federation?
Correct. It appears to be one of the inherent dangers of Scorpium's ideology. Pursuit of our goal So excessive that it drives us to invasion and even harming of our own kind. In short, forced evolution.
All this hand-wringing is well and good, but this is the time for action. Even if we don't have all the answers. So, what do you plan to do?
It is an undeniable fact that the Centralist Scorpium philosophy is extremely dangerous. We will do whatever we can to stop them.
And after that?
If we are able to stop the Centralists, we are uncertain of what will happen next. That is something we must consider.
I like that. You know, I'm starting to see you less and less as a computer. I'm sure things are gonna work out, right? Status report.
3 battleships, 1 hybrid research vessel, and 2 Scorpion battleships have invaded Vergold space. The Vergoldian fleet has engaged them. We are approximately 13 minutes away from the main combat zone.
Schematics.
So the Vergoldians have them outnumbered. Maybe there is some hope after all.
Well, it's not really that simple. There's no telling how long the Vergoldian fleet's shields will hold up against Federation battleships.
7 minutes.
Damn. Tactical.
Displaying tactical map.
Now what?
3 Federation vessels and 1 Scorpion battleship are approaching the combat zone. 2 will arrive in 12 minutes. The other 2, within the hour.
Even if the Aldis starts fighting now, this situation looks bleak.
You come all this way just to retreat?
No, never. But I gotta make sure that our info on the Scorpium is shared with my family. We're gonna cut across that battle zone and land on Vergold.
But we'll never make it, Ray. I don't have any combat pilot experience.
I will take over primary navigation. Please provide support.
But Roger, 3 minutes.
Captain, the battleship Sadith has broken away from the Vergoldian fleet. Their warp drive is damaged. 2 Federation battleships are pursuing them. Phase cannons charging. They're going to fire.
They're going to fire on an incapacitated ship?
Shit! Bring us about! Go help the Sadith!
Impossible. If both ships come after us, we will be destroyed in a single barrage.
Damn! Damn!
We should continue with our initial plan. Our only option is to reach headquarters and share what we have learned of Scorpion and the Federation with the Lawrence family and the military.
Wait, what is this?
What do you see?
Look at tacticals. 2 of the Federation ships have left the battle line, and they are now heading for the planet.
What do they think they can do with just 2 ships? Surprise attack or no, they're never gonna get through the planetary shields.
Ray, we're about to return to conventional space. You better settle on a plan.
We're going after those 2 ships that left the front line.
Got it. Now entering conventional space. Gonna be following those ships at a safe distance. Hey, they aren't headed for the homeworld. This course is set for Vergnus.
They must be after the Symbo drives on Vergnus.
Yeah. Chase them with everything we got. Send an emergency transmission to the military. The fleet they're facing is a feint.
We are already at maximum speed. We will not catch them. They are 20 minutes ahead of us.
Have you gotten a response from the military?
Captain, we're receiving a transmission from Vergnus. It doesn't appear to be from the military.
Put him through. Dad!
What?
Well, glad to see you punks are in one piece.
Dad, I'm gonna have to keep this short. The main fleet is a feint. Their real target is Provenience Cavern on Vergnus. 2 of their battleships are headed there now.
Keep your pants on. Maybe you forgot, but Vergnus has a permanent defense fleet. It'll take more than a couple of Federation ships to get through them.
Raul Lawrence, this is Lieutenant Mariel L. Kenny of the Pan-Galactic Federation. Please, sir, heed your son's warning. These ships are renegades, broken away from the fleet's chain of command. Normal assumptions do not apply.
Why is there a Kenny aboard the Aldous?
Long story. We've been through a lot here. Dad, this is important. I need your help in getting the data we have to the military ASAP. These bastards, they're Scorpion. They're not what you think.
Federation ship sighted. They're transferring down.
No! They broke through the planetary shield?
What the hell are these guys?
Security, strengthen frontal defenses.
Looks like this ain't gonna be as easy as I thought. The commander of defense on Vergnus is an old pal of mine. Send me your data. I'll convince him. But I want you two to get the hell out of this.
Wait, what?
Hey, you don't really think the Aldous can take on a fleet of battleships now, do you? Get out of the combat zone and keep yourselves alive. Got that? Over and out.
I believe Raoul's judgment here is sound. All we have done will be for nothing if the Aldous is destroyed.
Ray. What? A Federation vessel is hailing us!
Have we been spotted?
No. If they were with Remington, they would have shot without warning. Put them through.
Understood. Putting them on screen now.
This is Admiral Luca Maverick, hailing from the Pan-Galactic Federation vessel GFSS-1007T, the Calnus.
Admiral Maverick!
What do you want, Admiral? Here to ask for our surrender?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not rush to conclusions here. Would it help at all if I told you I've spoken with Curtis? Our vessel is headed for Vergold along with one of our newest battleships. At maximum warp, as we speak, to put an abrupt stop to Remington's incursion. We should be there in around 40 minutes. Can you hold out for that long?
The Vergoldian fleet might just barely make it, but they've also put forces down on Vergnus, and have started attacking cities and civilians.
A detached force, huh? You require any backup?
No. We'll take care of it ourselves.
Think you can handle it?
Sure, we'll be fine.
I can't apologize enough for Remington's actions, and the cowardice of the Federation.
Yeah, gotcha, but actions speak louder than apologies.
Got it. Let's all get through this alive. Over.
He's a good man who worked alongside my grandfather at the Federation. We can trust him.
Fine. We'll let the military and Admiral Maverick handle the defense of Vergold. We are gonna transfer down to Vergnus. We're gonna go help my dad.
Understood. We can transfer down to Lawrence Logistics.
Thought you were gonna try to stop me.
I never assume that you, Raoul, or Antonio will ever listen to what I say.
Yeah, no point in starting now then.
Ant, we're heading to the surface. Once we're there, I want you to move away from Vergnus.
No need to tell me that. You think I'm gonna hang out here staring down a couple of battleships?
Ray.
Sorry, but I'm gonna need your help.
You need not have asked.
Exactly. If it's a fight to save your home, then of course we're going to go.
Indeed. Any battle of yours is a battle of ours.
My agreement to maintain Elena is still in effect.
Thanks, guys. All right then. Let's do this! Okay, all set and ready to go. Time to head for the transfer chamber and get to Vergnus.